Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something really crucial in project management. It's about two very powerful tools, Monte Carlo simulation and PERT, program evaluation and review technique. And specifically, why using them together can sometimes cause, well, big problems. We're drawing insights today from the book Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabon, our mission, to unpack why mixing these tools incorrectly can mess up project forecasts, especially, critical path duration.
Okay.
Let's dig in. Why do these seemingly great tools cause trouble when paired up wrongly? What's this false confidence thing about?
Yeah, it's interesting because, look, both Monte Carlo and PERT are fantastic, really valuable, but in their own lanes. PERT is great for estimating how long individual tasks might take, giving you a statistical guess,
Mhm.
right? And Monte Carlo, superb for understanding the overall project risk, the big picture likelihoods. But the problem starts, like the book says, when people think they're interchangeable for figuring out how long a specific critical path task will take. That's the trap.
Right, so it's not a minor detail. It's a fundamental mix-up that leads to this false confidence. It feels intuitive, though. You have PERT's 3 points, optimistic, likely, pessimistic. Why can't you just, I don't know, plug those into Monte Carlo for a critical path task duration? Why is that wrong?
Exactly. It seems logical, but it's misleading. Couple of key reasons. First, Monte Carlo just doesn't run on the same engine as PERT, mathematically speaking. PERT uses specific formulas, often involving a beta distribution, to calculate that expected time for one activity. Monte Carlo, well, it's a simulation. It runs thousands of what-ifs based on probability ranges you give it. Different math completely, even if the inputs look similar.
Okay, different engines. So you're saying Monte Carlo's output isn't really designed to give you a precise time for one single task?
That's spot on. And that's the second big point. Monte Carlo can tell you the chance an activity might land on the critical path across all those simulations. But it absolutely does not spit out a definitive single duration for that activity. Think of it like, PERT estimates your personal best, worst, and likely time for baking one cake. Monte Carlo simulates a whole bunch of bakers, different cakes, and predicts maybe which baker is most likely to hold everyone else up, and the odds the whole kitchen finishes by 5 p.m. It's not telling you your specific cake's final baking time.
See, it's more about the overall project flow and risks,
Yeah.
the forest, not the individual trees, not that one task's fixed duration. So what happens when project managers blur that line?
Well, that's where the false confidence bites you. You use Monte Carlo, which is brilliant for project risk analysis, like what's the chance we finish the whole project by June? But if you try to make it give you a hard number for task X's duration on the critical path, you're misusing it. You might say under allocate buffer time or make promises based on a number that isn't what you think it is, leads to missed deadlines, bad resource planning, real problems.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The danger isn't the tools, it's using them for the wrong questions,
Okay.
assuming they do the same thing for critical tasks. So, bottom line, what's the absolute key distinction people need to remember?
Just this. Monte Carlo is for project level probability, overall risk, overall outcomes. PERT is for estimating the duration of individual activities, different jobs. Don't expect Monte Carlo to give you a fixed duration for one critical task from those 3-point estimates. That's the core misapplication.
Got it. Different tools, different jobs. A really vital distinction. So, something for you to think about. What assumptions are you making about your tools? Could you be falling into that false confidence trap? To really get a solid handle on these differences and make sure your planning is accurate, we definitely recommend checking out Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabon. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and keep learning.